Hey guys, it's Courtney. Welcome back to the Book Nook Corner. Today's video is a fun one, and one that I have been meaning and wanting to make for a really long time, and that is 5 tips to reading more books. Here we go. So this is something that I also struggle with myself, but yet lately have been finding it easier because I've been following these 5 tips. Let's get into it. So my first tip to read more books would be to always have a TBR list available, ready, picked out, written down, made, saved on your phone, saved on your Kindle. I never run out of books that I want to read. I don't think I will ever. I would have to live like probably 5 lives to read all of the books that I want to read and that I have on my list. I find it interesting, researching and looking at new books and seeing what's out there, especially on Kindle Unlimited. It can be like a deep, dark black hole that you fall into. Just always have books ready to go so that when you're done with one, you know what you're moving on to, so that you never get into a slump, you never go 2 weeks without reading, and not read as much as what you want. You always have a book ready to go. My number 2 tip is to buddy read. So find a friend or friends to buddy read a book or books with. Makes you read a certain amount of the book by a certain time so that you can discuss it. So you're kind of forced, if you want to participate in the discussion and keep up with the buddy read, to read the book. And so there's always kind of that pressure on, like, okay, let's get reading, let's go, so that I get this done by this time. It's been working. I used to do it all the time years ago, and then I kind of took a break. Recently got back into it literally just within the month of August, and I am so glad that I did, because not only is it making me read more, it's pushing me to read, but I'm genuinely enjoying the conversation and the discussion centered around the book that we are reading. So my number 3 tip to read more books is to get a Kindle. Like, just do it. Like, what are you waiting for? Get an e-reader of some kind. They are always at the ready. They have a super long battery life. You can literally take them anywhere. They're so much easier to take with you than actual physical books, especially hardcovers. And you can read in bed. I mean, it's literally a win-win situation. These are some different options. This is my Kindle Paperwhite 2022 version. These are Barnes & Noble Nooks that I adore. I just actually recently decided to decorate these differently. But yeah, I mean, this is honestly, like, you guys know me. I am obsessed with e-readers. I have every different kind. Like, I have the old Paperwhite, I have the new Paperwhite, I have the newest Nook, I have 2 different Fires, I have iPads, I have a Kobo. Like, just love them. I use them all. I have libraries on all of them. I never run out of books to read. I can take them everywhere with me. I get to make them and sew cute book sleeves for them. So yeah, that's just like a no-brainer. And actually, they're becoming really, really popular, and they are everywhere. So the price has kind of gone down with them. I don't feel like they're as expensive as they used to be. Definitely worth the investment and worth researching and looking into. My 4th tip to reading more books, and I find myself struggling with this sometimes, and then I remember and I'm like, oh yeah, Courtney, what are you doing? Duh. And that would be to leave your phone somewhere else. So what I do is I plug it in to charge, so I feel like I'm like being like productive with my phone, and I plug it in to charge in a different room from where I'm reading, or even on a different floor of my house, so that it isn't accessible and it isn't easy to just grab it, look at Instagram, look at Facebook, whatever, and then you put your book down, and before you know it, it's been 30 minutes that you've sat there on your phone looking at social media. Plug your phone in a different room, on a different floor of your house. Give yourself that time away from your phone, and I don't think you'll regret it. So my 5th and last tip to reading more books is to allot yourself a certain amount of time during the day, every day if you're able, to reading. So that might entail sacrificing something else. And for me, that's YouTube or like TV time, reality TV that I wanted to watch, or a Netflix show. So sometimes I just kind of leave those for like the weekend, whenever my husband is able to stay up and watch it on a Friday night with me or something, and we'll watch 2 or 3 episodes of something. But during the week, once my husband is in bed because he gets up really early for work, and my son is in bed because he goes to bed like 2-3 hours before I do, that is when I give myself the time, with no one talking to me, no one bothering me, to sit and read. And I know I have that time every evening, unless I'm working, which is now a thing because I did get a job at Barnes & Noble. Anyway, my hours can kind of be all over the place, so that's not like a consistent thing that I'm working evenings, at least not right now. So yeah, just allot yourself a time when you know you have the time and you're able to sit for 30 minutes or 2 hours or whatever it is every day. Stick with it, make it a priority, and you will be so happy that you did that, because like I literally am to the point where it is such a routine for me that like I look forward to it all day, and I sit there and think, okay, I can read this much of this book for this buddy read, this much of this book, this much of this book, and I look forward to it, and it's so fun, and it's like me time. It's like my little chunk of the day just for me. So that is probably one that I really suggest. If you have to literally sit down and go through your schedule and think, okay, this is what I do from this time, this time, this time, this time every day. When can I move around stuff or take something out or whatever to fit this reading time in? And you will be surprised how much you actually get read. Like I'm like sitting here last night and I'm like, oh my God, I got so much more read than I thought I would, not only because of this, but because of reading on my Kindle at bed, and also because of the buddy reads and forcing myself to have to finish a certain amount of pages or chapters by a certain day so that I could talk about it with said buddy readers, fellow buddy readers. So all of these tips combined is what I have been using. Some of them don't always work depending on my day, but most of them do. And it has made such a huge difference. So I hope I helped you. I hope I maybe thought of some of these are simple things that people probably already thought of and are like, duh, Courtney. But sometimes you don't. And so I hope I helped you. If I did, or if you have an idea for me, a tip that you use that could help me, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. And don't forget to go check out my book sleep business. The link is down below, and all of my bookstas. I post almost every day. So go check everything out, all of my social media. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you next video. Bye.